Hello, this is Brian. Welcome to part 4 of my hike to peak 8426. I believe I'm about at the junction. So what I did is I took the PCT around So I believe this right here is going to lead me to 8426. That's looking over towards Middle Hawkins right there. That big rounded peak right there. I think what I'm going to do, I believe this is the back side. I took the PCT around the north side of the mountain. I wasn't sure if I was going to do that, but then again, I wasn't sure if that was the way, because I passed by the switchbacks, then it got straight for a while. And I'm gonna, go ahead and branch off and follow the slope up here. Just gonna follow this cross country up to the top. Looking over this way, that's looking over towards Mount Hawkins. That's way too high. So what I'm going to do is just follow the ridge to the top of this. I believe this is going to take me to 8426. So what I did is, instead of coming from the west side, like I was thinking about doing, I took the PCT around the shadier side. And now I'm at the base of this one. And again, there's Middle Hawkins right there, 8,505 feet. Ironically, it's the same height as Wright Mountain over by the Sheep Mountain Wilderness, over near Mount Baldy and Wrightwood. But that's Middle Hawkins right there. Trying to see where peak 8600 would be from here. We're getting pretty close to the junction of the the Hawkins Ridge Trail. Hawkins Ridge Trail leads around the side of Middle Hawkins all the way to the junction of South Mount Hawkins. See where I'm going, I'm just going up to 8426. So I'm trying to figure out which one is peak 8600, because that peak is 8,505 feet. And I don't see anything before Mount Hawkins that looks higher, at least from this vantage point. So I'm kind of interested to see what it would look like. But in the interest of avoiding glare, I'm just going to go head up this way, up to what I believe is going to be 8426. Not expecting to see a summit register or anything there, but I do know it is on Peak Bagger. It is a provisional peak on Peak Bagger. Peak 8600 is not on Peak Bagger, but peak 8426 is a provisional peak on Peak Bagger. Provisional meaning users add peaks and they haven't been fully verified and added to the official peaks on Peak Bagger. So that's what happens when you add a peak to Peak Bagger. It's basically a provisional peak. But here on the way up, we've got full bloom on a cream bush right here. This is Holodiscus discolor variety microphyllus. It's full bloom, cream. I wonder why they call it cream bush. Because it's creamy. It's in full bloom. Alright, so I guess I'm going to have to follow this up. I believe this will take me to 8426. I'm pretty sure of it. Because, peak 8426 is before you meet with the Hawkins Ridge Trail. Hawkins Ridge Trail basically meets somewhere near that ridge there. As I said, it leads you on the back side of Middle Hawkins, Sadie Hawkins, and it leads you to the base of the higher side the higher saddle between Sadie and South Mount Hawkins. So I'll basically follow this and see if this takes me to the summit. Better point the camera this way because I don't want the sun glare getting in you guys' eyes. Should be a pretty short hike from here on. Kind of glad. It's pretty up here. I'm just tired today. I worked really hard today at my job, so I'm just kind of just out of it today. So just follow this up. See what happens. It's pretty up here. I'm just getting tired. It's been a long day for me. Brought a lot more water than I'm going to need, but I am starting to go through it though. Warm day today. Almost at the peak. Just about there. All right, here it is. It's got to be it. I think that there, just before Mount Hawkins, I believe that's 8,600. This is 8426. So this is definitely it. Nice view up here. Wow. I can see the Pacific Crest Trail. Actually, I'm glad I went up the way I did. So it looks like this would have been steeper and I would have had a bushwhack. So, looks like I made the right decision today. So this is peak 8426. This is as far as I'm going. I am tired. It's been a long day. It's beautiful up here, I'll tell you. You get a good shot of, actually, I think that's Sadie Hawkins right there. That's Sadie Hawkins. South Mount Hawkins is barely poking up in the middle there in the view. But this is it. 8426. Been wanting to come up here ever since I found out about it. Finally made it. I mean, it's not a hard hike to get up here. It's just, it will drain you if it's hot because a lot of the trail is open to the sun. So you're going to be hiking a lot in the sun. So, this looks like a nice little peak. Probably not many people come up here. I'm sure hardcorepeakbagger.com people probably do, or some do, but I know it's not a very popular peak. I added it to peakery.com. That's a website where you can log your climbs and add as many pictures as you want. Peak Bagger, you're very limited in how many pictures you can add. So I enter my hikes on peakery.com. I'm a little behind. I never entered last week's hikes. Last week's hikes being Mount Hillier, Peak 6880 by Eagle's Roost, and Peak 6920 also by Eagle's Roost. So I didn't add any of those yet to Peakery. I'm very behind, but now I have another one to add. So I'm really behind on my peakery.com logs. Oh, nice little rock pile here. Yeah, just like I thought, no summit register, but who cares? It's beautiful up here. I do like signing summit registers, I do. But I'm happy I made it up here. And that's a very easy off-trail walk. So I suggest taking the PCT past the switchbacks where you get where the trail starts straightening out. After those sharp switchbacks, it straightens out. And then what I suggest is after the switchbacks, you follow it through the lodgepole. Start seeing lodgepole pines up here. Start following it. Follow it on the side of the mountain. Follow it on the north slope of the mountain. It's a little bit shadier, a little more gradual. And then go to the back side of the peak like you saw me. Go to the back side or the east side of the peak and just double back. Because like I said, I look down this way and I mean, it's doable. It looks like it's doable. It does look doable, but it looks like I think I made the right decision. It's not as steep. I'm not sure if there's any rock outcropping over there, but here it is. Peak 8,640. Another beautiful day in the San Gabriels. You can see I'm just a little bit under Middle Hawkins right there. So looking at that, estimating that, I'm about 80 feet lower than Middle Hawkins, 79 feet to be exact. But Hawkins Ridge, I do highly suggest taking the PCT to the Hawkins Ridge Trail, because the Hawkins Ridge Trail is very scenic. And it won't take you directly to the peaks. You'll have to kind of branch off and take like a little use path to get up to Middle. And the same for Sadie Hawkins. I missed Sadie Hawkins. I went over Middle Hawkins, and then I passed by Sadie Hawkins, and then I decided not to double up and go back. And I just headed all the way to South Mount Hawkins. So what I did that day is I hiked up Windy Gap Trail from Crystal Lake, went around this way, went to the junction of the Hawkins Ridge Trail and followed the Hawkins Ridge Trail, and then branched off, went up the northeast side of Middle Hawkins. Then I went down, then kind of cross country back to the Hawkins Ridge Trail, followed it, missed Sadie Hawkins, followed it to the saddle between Sadie and South Mount Hawkins, and then just took the dirt road that joins up from down there, and just took that the rest of the way up. Pretty summit. Nice relaxing vibe up here. So I do very highly suggest taking a hike up here. It's a random peak. Nobody's up here. I've only seen 2 other hikers the whole time I've been out today. Plus, it's probably about 6 o'clock. Probably about 6 o'clock right now, if not really close to it. But I'm basically just going to be going back the same way I came. So it's just going back. Just do it in reverse. Follow the little ridge here to the Pacific Crest Trail. Follow the Pacific Crest Trail to Windy Gap. Turn north, which is right at Windy Gap. Just take that use trail down the gully, just like the way I came up. Come up here, enjoy the beautiful lodgepole pines. Pinus contorta subspecies mariana. There are a few limber pines along here too. This is Brian. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next hike. Thanks for watching.